Previously on Talk That Talk. I guess people thought I was trying to, you know, have some controversy off top, but that wasn't the case at all. That's never what I'm thinking, man. That's not how I rock. All right, let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more. As soon as you come in, please make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Don't wait, don't hold on. Just go ahead and smash it as soon as you walk in. If you're in the comment section, go ahead and hit that like button as well. I don't even care if you give me a thumbs down. Just go ahead and hit whatever you feel like hitting. All right. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the network. If you're watching us on Facebook, which is great, I appreciate it. I see a lot of people who are watching us on Facebook, but go over to the YouTube page and go ahead and click subscribe and also turn on notifications. Also, please make sure you follow us on Spotify just in case you missed any of the past conversations or tonight's conversation, which will be uploaded on tomorrow. All right, let's keep it moving. Next topic. I continue to look around this thing we call band directing, and especially kind of in the HBCU realm and looking at young folks now, like the young kids and what they're more or less gravitating to. So, next question on the floor: is this a young man's game? Is this a young man's game? All right, Quan.
I, it it's starting to become that. Of course, like I think when we marched, those seats really, real talk, was coveted and they were vital. Like most of them people had to die in their seat or either be forced out because they just were so old. But I think it's starting to become a young man's game. I think because attaining a master's degree is more prevalent now than prior to, as well as those terminal degrees as well. Uh, I, outside of, I think, Brian Simmons, there are not that many young, directors. Most of them are middle age and upper. Um, Young man's game. I think we have more opportunities specifically for that associate directors and assistant director seat. I would say yes.
Chief, is this a young man's game?
Um, yeah, yes, it is, and I'm gonna say why. It's a couple of reasons. That's what the whole conversation was about the mass bands. That's a young man's game. That is literally, I felt like that's New York hip hop versus trap music. I literally akin that to the same exact thing. In 2002, three, whatever, when Lil Jon came out, all the hip hop purists was like, "This is trash. That ain't real hip hop." Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And they like, what? You know what I mean? The youth got something to say that the South is doing this. All these young guys coming in, doing their own thing, had their own flavor, and it became kind of like this battle. But I felt like um, as of now, I think we've started to blend a lot, so much so that you don't even know, where people are from half the time because everybody sounds similar. I think the problem with it being a young man's game is that the issue that I have is the fact that people don't show respect for things that came before them. So we think that showing respect sometimes for the things that came before you means duplicating it. That's why you hear all these songs are sampled from the old songs, and everything is like, oh, we feel like, even we were just talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel Air situation, right? Right. We think that showing respect is duplicating, but showing respect is not duplicating. It's saying I may have taken some of your ideas, and like I always said this. If I want to be inspired like my people who came before me, I'm going to find out what inspired them rather than trying to just go from them on forward, because then I would just duplicate whatever they did. So finding out a way to balance the two is going to be important for the craft to move forward. We had a whole conversation about this recently, about how you look at clips from bands in the 1970s and look at them in 2020 and they look the same. You know what I'm saying? Format look the same, things look the same. There's only a few programs, shout out to A&T, that actually have changed the way they look. Most programs don't look the same. I mean, most programs look the same from when they, years ago. So that's the old man influence, but the young person trying to show respect but still afraid to really push the envelope. There is going to be this. I think there's a lot of good things that can come from the newness of band culture, and that's going to come from not being afraid to get ish talked about you and maybe not be as popular at first, but also learning your history. So something that Sean was talking about, you got to learn your history. So if you learn your history, then you understand what you're dealing with. I feel like you can really have everything in the same place. So that's kind of my longer answer to it. But yeah, I think it is a young man's game when it comes to the pure culture of it. The old school culture is what we're sitting here complaining about every show. The sameness of band.